Oh, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls. This is Purple Zebra with a little bit of a different kind of speed paint video. I've seen a few videos now and again where someone kind of just redraws something that they did a long time ago, and I've done a few of those myself. Not always as speed paints, but just as redraws and stuff like that. But I really wanted to do one that I would redraw every single year to see how my art has changed every year. And I really wanted to do a picture that was very, very old, like back in my old DeviantArt account. And I had a little trouble, like if you follow me on Twitter, I had a little trouble deciding exactly who I was going to do, but I decided to do Mayall here. And I think mainly because when I first designed her, she was one of the designs that I really liked. Looking back on it, there are some things about her design. This pause right here is literally me studying my hand for about a good 5 minutes. But I actually had issues with what she was wearing because it was just like a little bit too much. And a lot of it just looked very strange. So if you notice, like, I do make some minute changes to her design, because it's like if I kept the old design all the way through, I felt like it would have been extremely strange and it wouldn't have fit with my new art style at all. But I think the reason I was so hesitant to do Mayall is because, as you can see in the background, her initial picture that she has is like so strange. It's like she's emotionlessly just staring straight at the camera kind of thing, but her hand is just kind of to the side holding like a ball of fire, because she was a fire user when I first made her. And it just looks so strange to me, and I kept thinking of different ways I wanted to draw her, but they would all be like extremely, like, just not the same way that I used to draw her. They would be like all extremely different, and I wanted to keep a similar pose and stuff like that, so I made it more like a little bit more dynamic, I think. Like, she's not just kind of hanging out there. It actually looks like she is about to set fire to something. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can notice, but I'm actually this is me using the stabilizer. I'm trying to get used to it. It's still very difficult to get used to, as you can see with me constantly like having to redraw and like cutting stuff out and stuff like that. I'm still trying to get used to the stabilizer, but I mean, it's better than the first time I tried to use it, I'll tell you that much. But Mayall here, I saved her in my old DeviantArt page as Conqueror Mayall. She was actually one of my original fan characters for Sailor Moon. I had created this legion of, like, not only had I like created a few characters for them, I had created like whole backstory for their people and stuff like that. I had created this legion of characters known as the Galaxy Warriors. And obviously Mayall's object is I don't remember if it's exactly a galaxy, but it's like a object in space. And there was, of course, another character called Andromeda, who was a dude. And there was another character called Neo, which he was supposed to be a new galaxy. He was supposed to take the role of like having a new galaxy, but the issue was in the series that they wouldn't allow him to have a new galaxy because of Mayall. And the reason being is that Mayall and Neo were quote unquote siblings. Like, every time a new galaxy soldier was born, they would be born as a Neo, or as a new galaxy soldier. Once they got strong enough, they would be granted their own galaxy. And Mayall and Neo were the strongest in their type. And the thing was, Neo was supposed to get his galaxy first, but when he was supposed to be gifted his galaxy, he actually got extremely sick. And later on you find out that Mayall was actually the reason he got sick, because she was kind of like overly protective and overly possessive of her quote-unquote brother. They're not actually siblings, but you know. And she made him sick, and so he wasn't able to get one, and so she got it instead because they had about the same power levels. And they gave the higher ups gave her Mayall's object, and so she became Galaxy Soldier Mayall. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. That's just how I recognized it. I never actually heard anyone say the word or like the term Mayall, so that's just how I say it. But what ended up happening was she kind of ended up going a little bit crazy, because in her effort to like protect her brother, she was now separated from him, and she was supposed to like protect the Mayall's object galaxy. And she went a little crazy with power and became what is known as Conqueror Mayall. And she wanted to go around and conquer the other galaxies so that she and her brother could rule over everything, and that they wouldn't have like separation. They wouldn't be separated. But since that happened, they ended up defeating her. This was like in the past, like Princess Serenity past kind of thing. Since when they ended up defeating her, they decided that Neo, when he got better, wasn't worthy of his own galaxy, because they thought he would go insane the same way Mayall did, and they were very like overly cautious about it. And so he actually did end up protecting a galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, our galaxy, with the Sailor Senshi, but it became known as the galaxy without a soldier, like the galaxy who was denied a soldier kind of thing, because that was supposed to be his original galaxy that he was going to be gifted, but because of what happened with Mayall, they didn't allow him to have it. And so Mayall is like, when she comes back in like Serena's time or Usagi's time, like if you're sub or dub kind of thing, when she comes back and along with Neo and Andromeda. And Neo and Andromeda are just kind of trying to live their life and trying to help the Sailor Senshi and whatnot. And when Mayall comes back, it turns into this whole big mess, because Neo still loves her like a sister, but she still has an obsession with him, and so she's trying to destroy everything. And it's just like it turns into this whole big mess. Just like that's the season, that's their season. Like if you've ever watched the original OG Sailor Moon, you'd probably get the gist of it. Yeah, but I had some fun like redesigning some of her aspects and stuff like that. Like I didn't go all crazy and like redesign everything that she is, but I definitely wanted to see if I could make it a little bit more updated. And you know, you're always your own worst critic, so I definitely see there are things that I could have already fixed in this. Looking back on it, I can see things I can already fix in this drawing alone. But you know, it's like I drew it when I drew it, and I shouldn't go back and redo it, because then I'll just keep redoing it and I'll never get this video out, you know. that kind of thing. So it's just it is how it is, and it's going to stay how it is for this year. And next year around the same time, I hope to come back and redraw it again, if you guys don't let me forget. Please don't let me forget, because I actually really like this idea. I remember when I originally designed her, I had a really convoluted idea of what she, like the colors that she would be wearing. Like I always knew that it was gonna be she was gonna have a lot of red to her, because Neo's color was blue, Andromeda's blue, right? No, it was purple. Neo's color was purple, Andromeda's color was yellow and orange, and Mayall's color was gonna be red. And I just immediately was drawn to the idea of pairing red with purple to kind of like mimic the whole like she's still very much obsessed with her brother kind of thing, quote unquote her brother, they're not actually siblings. But I just the way I tried to do it in my younger years, like I still don't really know how to color too well, But the way I tried to do it in my younger years, it's like, oof, that was bad. But I definitely like how I did it here, just keeping the light purples and the dark purples to an accent, keeping the gold to all the jewelry, and having the red be the main focus with her dress and stuff like that. And yes, I kind of made those like weird like spider glove things. Like they're not actually spider gloves, they're just like crisscross gloves things. I don't know why exactly I did that when I first drew her. Yeah. It's funny, actually, a lot of the pictures that I have of Mayall, just her, not like Andromeda or Neo, but a lot of the pictures I have of Mayall are pictures I didn't technically trace them. I just looked at a reference picture for a very long time, and then I drew them on like paper with pencil, and for some reason it was like a lot of base drawings. It wasn't like a base drawing of like Sonic or something like that. It was a lot of base drawings of like anime base drawings kind of thing. And for some reason I became obsessed with only drawing her that way, even when I got like really okay with like my own art style and stuff like that. Not that I was like really good, but when I got okay with my own art style, I still only drew her when I drew her with bases. Like, I never posted any of my base drawings, so I wasn't like, oh, I have to credit the bases and stuff like that, because I never actually, like, posted any of those. But it was just really, really funny to me. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I did. And she kind of became the character that I would always practice with. Like, I would practice drawing her, and then I would kind of like see where I've come. So I thought doing that again with her would be kind of like paying homage to like where I started out and stuff like that. Yeah, this is me trying to make it seem like a freaking crystal. Oh yeah, those are their damn, what were they called? Galaxy shards. The thing she's wearing on her hip, those are their galaxy shards. It's like a representation of their soul. The way Usagi has her crystal, those are their galaxy shards. Mayall has hers on her hip. Andromeda's has his on his arm, like an armband, and Neo has his on his chest. The reason Andromeda's has his on his arm is because his is actually small enough to be on his arm, and Neo and Mayall's are a bit bigger, so they have to kind of be on their hip or on their chest and stuff like that. And I guess that about does it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble on about this redraw. I hope to do it again next year, and if you guys have any questions about this character or what I'm planning to do with my other videos, you know, keep them coming. I'm always open for questions. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. If you want to see more, check out my Twitter, my Tumblr, my DeviantArt, my Instagram, and support me on Ko-fi if you guys are willing. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Purple Zebra signing off, calling for a blackout.